Is Brother Ben here? Brother Ben. Now, Ben got a heck of a program. A lot of people listening to Brother Ben. And Ben tells them about the minister. And
you stuck. I don't care how talented you are. You stuck. You working hard, and that's not what you need to do. You need to be recognized by the right person who's gonna elevate you. That's your prayer. You ain't gotta be no doper. You've been trying to be doper. You don't have to be any doper. That's not the problem. The problem is you need somebody to discover you. Hey man, so what I want you to do for me every day is ask the prayer, God, show me my butler. Not the baker, because the baker forgot about my man, he never remembered. You know what I'm saying? You don't want the baker. You know what I'm saying? My man didn't remember, man. You want the butler. We're going to move forward. And one of the ways to move forward is you can't have a bunch of people in your life who hate you. You can't move forward like that. You can't move forward when everybody in your space is bitter. You can't move forward like that. You got to move forward. You got to have some optimistic people in your life. You got to have people in your life that trying to elevate you. Like they not trying to get elevated and then elevate you after they get elevated. They trying to, like their job is to elevate. Does that make sense? And you praying the wrong thing. You want to stay in relationship because you're in relationship. No, you need to get around some people who gonna look at you and go, you dope, and I want to help you get to where you're supposed to be. You dope, and you can't get there on your own. Does that make sense? I told y'all, everything changed for me. Can I get that water real quick? Everything changed for me. I don't even remember what year it was, but everything changed for me. When CJ said, I'm gonna make you a household name. My whole world changed. I've been doing what I've been doing all my life. I ain't changed. Am I lying? 89, 90? I was doing this on campus. I always done this. I just had nobody in my life who said, I want to take your dreams and make your dreams my dreams. Now, I want y'all to hear this now, because it don't mean the people in your life bad people. That's not what that means. They're great people. But you got to have somebody in your life who's saying, I'm going to make your goals my responsibility. I would never be here today if I was just working the way I was working before. I wasn't doing nothing wrong. I was in church and school. I was doing my thing. I tried 200 grand now because he said, I'm going to make you a household name. He never said, I'm going to make you a better speaker. He said, I'm going to take your idea, what you're trying to do, and I'm going to make it like for 40 hours a day, 50 hours a day. I'm going to make it my concern. That's what you're missing. You got to stop. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You got to stop working harder. You don't need to work any harder. Joseph didn't need to be no more spiritual. He didn't need no more integrity. He didn't need to become a better person. He just needed somebody to have his back. As he was. So that's what you're missing. Come on, anybody, you relate to what I'm talking about right now? Let me just see your hand. You relate to what I'm talking about. So your forward is not you working harder. Your forward is God. Bring that person in my life that's gonna make my concerns their concerns. Do you see what I'm saying? Ruth, so you need somebody with the spirit of Ruth. Ruth wasn't on her own plan. Ruth said, and your God shall be my God, and your people shall be my people. And where they bury you, bury me. Or curse me. You need a Ruth. That's your problem. You ain't got nobody that's got your back like that. You ain't got nobody that's looking out for you like that. That's your prayer. 2024, I need a Ruth in my life. I need somebody that's gonna tell me, go stay at home while I go out and pick stuff for you. I'm not even for herself. Ruth went out and gleaned for her. Naomi, Ruth wasn't even getting it for Ruth. And in the process of Ruth looking out for... Don't let nobody fool you. You look out for people and watch what happened to you. Ruth was looking for a man without looking for a man. And when Ruth gave up herself and her self-identity for Naomi, not only did she bless Naomi, she got everything she wanted. She got a man, some money. You just need a Ruth. You just need a butler. You just need somebody to open up the door for you. So you stop working that hard. You're doing too much. You stop praying like the Lord is forsaking you. You're doing too much. You're not asking for the right thing. Now you want your butler. You want your Ruth. And I know what it's like to have those in my life. God has placed those people in my life. And as a result of it, I'm not here because of Eric Thomas. I'm here because of Dee Dee's. I'm here because of CJ's. And that's what you're missing. You've been fighting your whole life. You've been fighting your whole life and you ain't got nobody else fighting for you. That's your prayer. You're gonna wait on God. Who's ready to go forward? Come on. Am I talking to anybody who's ready to go forward? Who ready to go forward? So listen to me. Somebody in this room, I'm about to hurt you. Well, CJ hurt your feelings. I'm just repeating what he said, so I'm gonna put it on CJ. It's easier that way. Some of you are supposed to be the Ruth. Some of you, but you're trying to be Joseph. You're supposed to be the butler. Some of you supposed to be the butler. You're trying to be Joseph, and that's why it's not working out. So humble yourself and get in your role, and don't let nobody fool you into thinking that when you go. Can I tell you something? When you the butler, trust me when I tell you, Joseph was put in charge of all of Egypt. If you the person that put him in that, you like two. You two, because you the one you got to two is the one that's looking out for you. Is that all right? Come on, is that all right? Forward. Don't let this world distract you and don't you be doing this world stuff. Pay attention to what God is doing through me. Don't just watch what I got. Listen to what I'm telling you. One of the scriptures that I live by when I'm seeing all this stuff online, envy not thy oppressor and choose none of his ways. I ain't envying what other people doing and I'm not choosing their ways. I'm doing what God called me to do. I'm staying focused on what God, oh, you missed what I just said. Some of you, your problem is you seeing what other people do and you trying to do what they do. I'm like, praise God for you. Amen. Praise God. Some of my mentee, I tried. Praise God. He all over the world. Praise God. I'm not interested right now on doing a world tour. I just want to get up and get on the call and bless my people and get back to the rest of my life. I'm not interested in traveling the world no more. I did that before the internet. You missed what I just said. A whole bunch of y'all in here know I was at y'all church doing week of prayers, 4-week revivals. It just wasn't recorded. It don't mean I didn't do it because it wasn't online, and I don't got to redo it so the people in this generation can see it. I did it already. Praise God, we was all over the world. Miami at 18, 19 years old. I was the one, week of prayers, y'all was preaching in church. I was in the hood, the basketball games, preaching at intermission. We've been there, done that. It just wasn't televised. But it don't mean it didn't happen because it wasn't televised. And for some of you, God has asked you to do something. You don't want to do it because it's not going to be televised. You don't want to do it because it's like, well, God, it's not going to be televised. I want everybody else to see it. Isn't it enough that God sees it and God is taking record? Isn't that enough?
Wow. Dang. Stream cut on YouTube. Let me see if they done gave me a strike or not. God, dog, boy, done got a strike for playing this as an intro, didn't I, boy? Let me see. Let me check and see. If your boy got a strike on that thing. No, it ain't a strike. I think I probably just gotta redo it. All right. I'll just upload that part later. All right, so man, that was deep. Hopefully y'all got something from that. Relationships. Some people, man, he says some people need to be the Ruth. But you thinking you're Joseph, but really need to be the Ruth, the helper. But in the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah, who we believe came in the person of Master Father Muhammad. And we thank him for raising up for us the living and exalted Christ, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Man, and we thank those two for leaving in our midst, the divine warner and guide, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It's in there 3 names I would like to greet us all with the greeting words of peace. We said in the Arabic language of Assalamu alaikum. Man, look at this. I want to read something from Sister Ava Muhammad. And this is from her book called A New Way of Life by Sister Dr. Ava Muhammad. I know probably some of you sisters have that book. I'm trying to get the book too, but the website is down. So if any of you all know how I can get that book, please let me know. Or if I can buy the ebook, let me know. And shout out to Sister Melv. I see you in the house. We was thinking about you the other day. Glad to see you here. But I'm gonna read this from A New Way of Life. This is page 93. This is what Sister said. Now there is nothing you want or need that you are going to get without having it facilitated by another person. You want money, you want homes, you want friends, you want a relationship. I don't care what you tell me. If it's financial or if it pertains to your health, you are not going to get it without the cooperation and affection of some other person or persons. This means to get anything, you have to get in relationships. We think of relationships, we think of male and female, which is the core relationship, but everything you do, every place you go involves interacting with somebody else. When you are not satisfied, that means somebody failed you. Why are people failing us? It is because we are failing in our duty to the Creator, who is responsible for that person. He has power to motivate and move that person. When we fail him, we become ineffective in our ability to get our wants and needs met by others. Somebody said they can't hear me. Oh, man, that was some good stuff, wasn't it? Now, I wanna highlight something. So we're gonna go what the world thinks and what we talk. How many of y'all heard man, it's solo dolo. Be by yourself. How many of y'all heard, oh man, cut them off. Cut them niggas off. Oh, man, I'm one deep. Oh, here's what the celebrities pushing now. Oh, I'm by myself. Oh, I travel by myself. Oh, need no security. Oh, that's what they pushing, ain't it? Oh, boy, they pushing that solo dolo, ain't it? They really don't be solo. They know they got somebody that got that thing, but they try to. Yeah, anyway, we'll get to that another time. But everybody's pushing, be by yourself. Oh, so independent. But when we read our supreme wisdom lessons, Allah who came in the person says, friendships of all walks of life. But we get online and, oh, you don't need no friend. I don't need no new friend. We got songs about it. Oh, we got cool, slick lines about it. But then you look at the supreme wisdom, and that says friendships of all walks of life. Who we following? What we following? See, we gotta check it now. Are we following this world? No new friends? Or are we following the God who is saying money, luxury, good home, friendships of all walks of life? Ain't nothing wrong with having. Is it our man who had a friendship world tour? Who had that tour? So when we online and we reflecting the word, talking about no new, what? What you mean? You can't be friend. What you mean you don't want most sisters? What you mean you don't want to be around? What does that mean? Let me go fix this camera. Here we go. Come on back on now. Don't be my friend, camera. Now, see, I'm trying to get the camera to be my friend now. Hold on. Let me turn this. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Come on, camera. Be my friend, camera now. Come on now. We friends now. But yeah, that's what we gotta think about, man. No, don't fall into that trap of, you know, you want to be by yourself. You don't want to be by yourself. You really don't. No, when you need somebody to call on, when you're going through it, you're hurt, you're gonna wish you had some friends. So today I wanted to do an introduction. And I wanted that to be the introduction because today we're gonna do what I wanted to do Tuesday. Today, I want us to share a little bit more about ourselves so we can get to know who we really are around. Now, I know some of y'all don't be talking, but I really want you to talk today. This ain't it. I really want you to come on up and talk today. So today I want you to share, man, where you from? I want you to share what is your dream for yourself? I ain't talking about what job you at right now. I'm talking about, man, since you was in your 20s, what did you always want to accomplish? Right? Man, I really always want to be this right here. Don't think because you 50, 40, 60 that it's too late. So I want you to say, man, where you from? What did you always want to be growing up? What's your dream life? That's the question. What's your dream life? Y'all write this down in the comments. What's your dream life? Then I want us to talk about what's your top struggle right now in your life? What's your top struggle that you're dealing with? I mean, something that's you're just struggling with it right now. Right? And lastly, last question, so hopefully somebody remembering this. And the last question is, what do you think you need? What do you think you need to overcome those things and reach your dream life? Y'all got that? So question number 1, where you from? 2, what's your dream life? What does it look like? What do you do for a living? Right? 3, what's the top struggle? What's the top thing stopping you from reaching that or having more peace in your life? And 4, what do you think you need to overcome those things and improve your life? Okay? So those are the things we're gonna talk about today. Those are the things we're gonna talk about today. All right, y'all ready? So it's time to get deep. It's time to get closer with one another. Now, y'all can be surface level if you want to, but it's going to be somebody in here that you don't even realize, man, I could help that brother out. Oh, shoot, I got the resource I got a contact for you right now, sister. So now when we go inside of the new Telegram, you're able to see, hey, you able to DM one of them on the Zoom. Hey, what's your Telegram name? I'm going to hit you in Telegram. Man, we need to connect after this. See? That's what I'm trying to get us to. When a sister say, oh, I'm dealing with this, a sister could say, oh, sister, I know exactly what you did. I got the perfect person for you. Let's talk after this. That's what we need to be doing. Okay? So press the number 9 if you want to go first. Now, I know everybody's going to be a little afraid to go first. But hey, somebody break the ice for us. Somebody go ahead and break the ice for us. Press the number 9 if you want to go first. And I want to hear from as many of y'all as possible. Now, right now, if y'all don't want to say nothing, when time get dark and people got to ship beans around the country because you ain't got, don't be like, hey, what's anybody got my, no, because we ain't hear you. We ain't hear you say nothing. We don't know who you is. We don't know you trying to agent taking all the beans from it. No, you better come on, speak up. You better come on. You better be a part of the cookout. Okay, let's go to Sister Regina. You go on, think on it. Go on, think on it, Sister Farrell. Think about it. Sister Regina. And if y'all can, strive to be on camera today, everybody. If you can. I know if you doing other things. Oh, can't turn mic on. Let me see. Yeah, it says you got permissions. But no, we're not doing comment section. We want to hear you. We want to hear you. We want to see you. We're not doing it in the comment section. No. We coming on camera. We at the family reunion. That's like y'all being at the family reunion and they say, all right, everybody introduce yourself so your cousin can get to know you. And you shoot a text inside the group chat. Well, I'm Sister Bertha Ann, nephew. Me and my dad. No. We're not doing the group chat telegram. No, you gonna stand up at the group. You gonna stand up at the thing and stand up, speak up, say your name. Then your mama say, boy, say your name. Speak up, look up. You know how they do. Okay, let's go down to Sister Shalon. We're gonna work on Sister Regina. Sister Shalon.
Okay, so we didn't look in the chat part because my grandbabies just made it in here. All 5 of them. Now I got all 6 of them here from out of town Atlanta. I want to greet my babies coming in the door. So let me go in a little while. Let me go greet my family.
Come on now. Okay, there they go.
Yeah.
Oh, she got the grandbaby. She fishing.
Yes.
Okay, come on, Sister Regina.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Walaikum salam. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. I never speak at all because I'm always at work. I'm just blessed to be able to put my headphones in most days. And I live in DC. And my dream life, I don't know, it might sound cliche, but I always actually just like wanted to be a Muslim, if that makes sense. Like even when I was a little girl, my family used to show me the minister every Sunday. Well, we went to church every Sunday. We were Christian. But I don't know. I just always wanted to be a Muslim. So now that I am a Muslim, I strive to be like what I have in my mind is like, the highest and best version of myself. And I think I'm just now beginning to figure out, how to start to live my life being a Muslim first and foremost above every single thing. Just because I had a lot of people kind of tell me, I'm like, oh, I want to be a Muslim. They're like, what do you want to do with your life? Be a Muslim. And they're like, but you have to have like a skill, a trade or something. Like, what is your career? And I didn't really know. That's really all I really knew that I one day wanted to be. But anyway, and I don't know, what was the third question? Oh, what do I do? And so right now I teach children, mostly 5 and under. But I have taught all the way through to high school. And I also nanny children part-time. And that's primarily what I usually do. And then I do some IT. So I have a third job doing IT. But that's it. And I get on the call. I want to talk because I have a rare opportunity to even be able to say something. So praise be to Allah.
Praise be to Allah. Now I see how you smoothly skipped that struggle question. So now I'm going to challenge you. So when you when you say, okay, I just want to be a Muslim, what does that look like though? All the jobs that you have right now, is that exactly what you envision? Working each one of those jobs? The when you wake up in the morning, the routine that you have, is that exactly what you envision? The area that you're in, all of the resources that you have, do you got everything that you want? So I get being a Muslim for self, but that dream lifestyle, what was it? Or are you saying I got everything I envision, Brother Ben?
No. I envision myself doing all of these things. Just I want to say that the setup would be different. Like the flow of my day would be a bit different. And then primarily what I teach would be Islamic based, and it's not completely. Mm-hmm. All of it is only partially what I want it to be.
There we go.
As far as me, like, I guess, I don't know. Are you asking me about just like myself separated from my work, or is it just like, I guess, the way my life was set up?
Yeah, so just dream life. So that's self and life. So if you were to look at, man, what does my perfect life look like? What is that? And then what struggle do you have that may be in the way of you getting there to where you're not there yet?
Okay, I would have uh complete control and mastery over the hours and what the hours would be. And so I'm part employee and part independent contractor with what I do. I would be completely operating my own business, and I would generate more income doing these things. And the struggles, I want to say, um, besides just some physical things that were beyond my control, um, like I just had some experiences with like car accidents and things like that. But I'm overcoming that. Probably consistent discipline with just really figuring out how I would set up a business for myself to be completely operating without being an employee at all, and how I would generate enough income that I need to be self sufficient to do that.
Okay. And then lastly, the question is, what do you think you need now to overcome that?
Um, I know I need to grow my skill set and my credentials. And I know I need to acquire knowledge of exactly how to structure um, the business. And I know I need more consistent discipline just as a person, with like my keeping my mind and everything on my spiritual practice and staying in that, like, even with the power call, with adding things like that in my life and making sure I'm being consistent with that, because again, the work hours run into that. So me not always having control over that. How do I do that even while I don't have full control over what times I work?
Let me ask you this question: with the children, is that only in person? You teach in person, or do you do virtual too?
I do both.
And what areas, what ages, and what areas do you teach?
My primary focus with the teaching generally is 5 years and under. So I have the most experience with third grade and under. In person, I usually primarily work with children under 10, and then I have specialized skills with newborn and infant care and toddler care as well. And so basically, how you would structure a schedule, how you would structure a daily schedule and activities and things like that you would do in the classroom. Also, how to bring that into the home, how a family can do that in the home, how they would set their home up for their children, different things to educate the parents about how they should care for the children, reaching milestones, setting up nutrition plans and daily schedules and things like that for the children and the family as well, if they needed that. How to structure their schedule around their children or vice versa in the home.
Mm-hmm. And what subjects or topics do you teach those children on a virtual side?
Usually it's general studies, the math, the reading, the writing. It could be like theme based, if it's like spring break or summer break, or I'm just doing a workshop. It may be art or music or something that's still dealing with the core subject, but something more interactive, not as rigid as it would be if you're just sitting in a classroom, just to hold their attention while they're online. But then in person, some of both.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. See, look at that.
Yes, sir.
See, now we know we got a virtual teacher in the power call. And we know what she need help with. So it may be somebody in here that can reach out and help with that. Okay, let's go to Sister Shalon. Sister Shalon. And then if y'all can put the questions back down there so they don't lose track of what the questions are. Sister Shalon, you ready? Oh, well, let's go to Sister Dr. K.
Awesome Latham. I don't know why every time I get ready to say awesome Latham, my tongue gets tired. But anyway, they're all tied up. So I was excited to get to this point. So we're trying not to be real long. So where I'm from, I'm originally from Canton, Ohio, but I now reside in Atlanta, Georgia. And my dream life. So my dream life, well, I've been an educator. I've been working in the educational system here in Atlanta, Georgia since 99. And I guess I'm about to tell you my whole story. But I came here, I moved from Atlanta, actually from Texas, from Dallas, Texas. And I used to teach in Dallas, Texas, and South Dallas, Oak Cliff area. I used to teach there in 97, 98, something like that. 97, 98.
I didn't know you were from Oak Cliff. I went to SOC.
Well, I'm not from Oak Cliff, so I'm from Canton, Ohio. I went to school at HBCU, Central State University in Ohio. I moved from Ohio to Texas because my sister she lived in Grand Rapids. So I moved there and then I started teaching. That was my first teaching experience in Oak Cliff. And I can't even remember the school I taught at, but I taught there for 2 years. So I taught pre-K and then I taught 4th grade. And then from there, I moved to Georgia. Love Dallas now. Love Texas. Texas is wonderful. I would have stayed there. It was too far from my family. But anyway, so I've been teaching now in Atlanta since 2000. Okay. And so I'm just saying this to get to my dream life. And so I stopped teaching or I stopped working in the educational system during COVID. Now I love educating young people and I've taught on the elementary level, but I work with young people. I love working with young people. So I've been doing that. And the thing about it is, the thing that I love about it is working with them and watching them grow. So watching them start at one level and watching them evolve. That's the thing I love. I never liked the educational system and I never felt like I fit. So even though I was there, it was always something uncomfortable for me because I never liked how they, I saw the educational system go through this major shift from when I started to where it is now, where they're now just testing the children. So I call them testing like junkies. So they're testing the children. I never really got into just doing the academic part, even though I could do that well, like just the teaching, the skills of teaching. I can do that great. But the thing that I always loved was just working and talking to the young people and inspiring them and helping them find direction. Those are the things that I've always been very, very passionate about. So when I was in the system, I would always develop mentoring programs for young girls, like always doing these things where I'm more so working with the young people in their development. When COVID hit, I went through education, getting all my degrees and all of these things because that's the way they say that's the pathway you take. You know, you get your master's degree, you get your specialist degree, you get your doctorate degree. That I did all of that. But all of that really didn't matter to me, honestly, because I always felt like something was missing. But I never knew how to stop doing it because I needed to pay the bills. So I stayed in the educational system because I felt like, well, if I stop, what am I going to do? And I never felt confident enough, even though I always saw myself creating my own. I just never knew how to do it, and I never knew when it was the right time. So when COVID hit and I stopped teaching, well, I made the decision not to go back. And my husband supported me and said, if it's not where you want to be, don't go back. So I'm very, I love non-traditional education, not traditional, because for me, even as a student, traditional education never worked for me. I could never find my place. I never felt like I was good enough. I never felt like I was smart enough. I never felt like I could be successful. And then I watched students go through the same thing that I went through as a little girl, like people categorizing them, saying like you have a learning disability or all of these things that they did to them, but yet I could always see the creativeness in the students. But when they in the educational system, they isolate you and they put you in this box. And again, when I was in there, I felt like I wasn't being true to myself, or even I wasn't being honest, because I was just doing what they told me to do, even though I knew it was keeping the children sick, even though I knew it wasn't helping the children. So when COVID hit, that was kind of like, to me, where Allah just pushed me and said, I've been telling you, this is not where you're supposed to be. Get out there. This is it. You're not going to do it, because my position actually was kind of like taken from me. So, and again, I'm telling you all this because for me, this is just my time. So when I got my doctorate degree, and they decided not to pay me for my doctorate degree because I got my degree in Florida. And in Georgia, they have specific schools that you have to go through to get your degree in order to be certified in this area. So I didn't have that. And so the first thing is they decided they weren't going to pay me for this degree. Okay, that was like confirmation, like Then the next thing is I was working in a leadership position and they decided to get rid of the position. That was the next thing. And then when COVID hit, that was kind of like the third thing, where I said that Allah is telling me to push me out. Okay. So what I've been working on is developing a non-traditional educational system, a school. And I see this school as being, and this is one of my hindrance, I'm going to just say, is I'm always fearful about talking about this to people, because I have this issue with trusting people with this precious gift, this precious thing to me, right? So I'm always kind of concerned, like, who do I talk to? Is this the right person to talk to? But I'm just going to say this. I want to build this non-traditional educational program where it's more like a career pathway, where children are at a young age, because I feel like when children are little, you can see their gift. It's for us to help cultivate it and nurture that gift. And so that's what I'm doing. And I've actually kind of already built this structure. And then I kind of did a backwards design where I did a after school program and a summer program and I just built this whole thing. Okay. So that's really what my dream life is having this educational program where the children are getting back that love for education. And I feel like students, when I look at the educational system today, Children don't like it. Children are not happy. They're not being successful because we're wasting a lot of time with them. And because it doesn't make sense. And you're pushing kids to be in this box. And everybody is not meant to be in this one box. Now I could go on and on, but I'm going to stop there because I'll probably take a lot more time. The thing that is hindering me, multiple things is hindering me. One thing that's hindering me is networking. I don't feel like I know how to network correctly because of my own personal fears of, I don't know if I'm saying this right, and just my own insecurities of like just talking to people and knowing how to talk to people and feeling like, am I saying it right? Does it make sense? Or I don't want people to try to take advantage of me. So networking, finding my right community, because I'm very big on community also. Like, I don't want to do this all by myself because I know I can't do it all by myself, but I've been in search of people who are like have the same vision or support the vision or in that sense that we can network and build this thing together. So connecting with like-minded people, those are some of my struggles: trusting, networking, finding my community, finances. And then for me, consistency. I tend to overanalyze. So I'll sit there and keep building and building and building and building and never get out there and put it out there. So that procrastination piece. What do you need to improve your life? I guess I just need, I don't know, direction. Like I'm very much a 1, 2, 3, 4. Just tell me 1, 2, 3, 4, what to do, how it looks, the process, and I'll walk it out. So I think my biggest thing is I don't really know what the 1, 2, 3, 4 is in order to get this thing. So anyway, I'll stop there because I've been talking for a minute. And so yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Brother Michael.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Assalamu alaikum, you all.
Like salam.
Oh, man. I'm going to make this short. I know it can be lengthy. Like the sister just said, you can go on and on and on. I'm originally from Lansing, Michigan, born and raised. Only child until I was in my late teens. So what I did, one of the things I did, I'm going to just say this, was because I liked little playmates, I would share my stuff to have playmates, and I still have a sharing spirit. I like to share. I'm not one to really covet things to myself. So I'm from Lansing, Michigan. Visited places where Brother Malcolm was attending. What's my dream life? My dream life is good homes, friendships in all walks of life, having a dutiful, God-fearing wife, a selfless wife, love children, and top struggle, overanalysis paralysis. And listening to you, Brother Ben, you've helped me niche it down, because what I discovered is commercial redemption in my walk, and in the many facets of commercial redemption and how it affects every one of our lives and every aspect of our lives. So overanalysis paralysis is a struggle, has been a struggle for me. What do I think I need to get over that? To learn some other things, to learn more, to continue to grow and learn how to do some stuff for myself, but also to put myself out there, because there are people, as the brother was just mentioning about Ruth, who are willing to help, looking to help, capable, inclined to. But if you don't put yourself out there, no one's going to know you. No one's going to know where they can fill in. And so, hold on, sister, you took it off the screen. It was on there. What's my dream for myself? To teach commercial redemption. In teaching commercial redemption, I did not really realize at the time that it's kind of a revolutionary thing. And when I discovered that, it has froze me for a little while. You know, I'm like, man, look, I know that my prayers, sacrifice, life, and death is for the glory of God. It's the established truth. Lay my life down. I don't have a problem with that. But to whose benefit? You know, um, since I've gotten a little older in life, I'm over half a century old. I've been on this planet a little bit. Um, I've run across people who take you for granted, take things for granted, either expect something for nothing, um, or who are not willing to put in the work to justify what they get. You know, their blessings, the benefits that come with the abundance that's in this life. You still gotta work. You still have to harvest. You still have to put in the work. And so, my that's pretty much it. Let me see. What's your dream for yourself? My dream for myself is to be effective. Is to do this right, man. It's a big deal. It's to do it right without obsessing about minutia in the details. What did I always want to accomplish? Hmm. This. I lost my liberty at 19. So you said at 20, what did you want to do? I didn't have a vision for myself, black man. That's how I ended up losing my liberty for robbery and burglary and spending the better part of 15 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. But everything happens for a reason. I was introduced to the teachings in prison. Um, and I saw my vision for my future in prison after I had been there for a while and realized that there's light at the end of the tunnel. I had so much time to me as a youth that I thought at one time I was going to die in prison, and I was willing to die on my feet. But that's what I thought. So I didn't have a vision at 20 for my future. It wasn't until after I had been incarcerated for a while and participating in the Nation of Islam's prison ministry outreach initiative that I was able to start formulating the vision, to have hope. I'm gonna get out of here. What I'm gonna do when I get out of here? And toward the end of my prison sentence, I discharged because I was quick to you come with it. It's hands. We having a problem. So I didn't really have a problem with prisoners. I had a problem with staff. Don't like authoritarians. I don't have a problem with following under. But you have to be that in character, not just because of a title. That don't mean anything to me. How you carrying it, and I ran across you when I was looking for how do I bring what I know and what I can share. How do I bring value to people with what I've learned over the years? And I ran across you with I think it was the BWO. I've been trucking, man. So I've been back and forth from Michigan to the DFW area for 4 years, from 2017 to like 2021. And I was surprised. I was like, man, this is a small world. And I saw you step out from behind the trash can and say, is your life trash? I'm trucking. I've been all over the country except Rhode Island and New York City in a semi. And when I saw that, I was like, that young brother, that's a fruit right there. You was coming out the trash can, but I think it was cardboard boxes or coming from behind it, cardboard boxes. You was suited and booted, wasn't nothing on you. I thought that was funny. I was like, okay, I see you. You've been doing it for a while. I think I've been studying commercial redemption for 19 years. Put in over 11,000 hours in investigation, research, and study. Know what I know. Can prove what I know at no limit of time. Invaluable to people who have the courage to walk in their purpose. I've been often told recently, you're not walking in your purpose. And because of not walking in my purpose, it's caused contention in my family. And to walk in my purpose, I know that I'm gonna cause contention in the family. So to my happiness is in family life. Dutiful wife, God-fearing wife, a selfless wife, who loves children and who knows how to nurture and care for them properly, because that's our future. Providing for them as a helpmeet. That's Personally, that's the biggest goal for me. It's the family thing. But outside of self, it's a community thing, man. And ultimately, it's a nation thing. Let me see. What else? What do I think I need to overcome the struggles? Um, mm, Segmented learning, as you suggest. Learn how to take a week and learn how to do this. Take a week and learn how to do that. And when you don't have a help meter, you don't have a roof, and you've been a roof to others, but you don't have a roof for yourself, it can seem a little overwhelming to get started. Even it's like the journey of 1,000 miles type of thing. I want to do it right. I want to be effective. I want to provide value to the people, and but I don't want to do it to just anyone. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I want to serve those who believe in the oneness of God. I want to serve those who are Christ conscious, who striving to carry that into practice into their life, to emulate Jesus Christ, to emulate the Christ, and not just because you breathing and you above ground. That's insufficient for me. I don't want to be a blessing to just anyone. I want to be a blessing to those who believe in like I believe and who share the same faith. And it doesn't have to be Islam or Christianity. Do you believe in the oneness of God? Are you striving to carry those principles into practice in your life? Are you a business owner? Are you an entrepreneur professional? If you are, you already halfway there. You have the mindset. You've already doing things that's bringing you 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures. But now, do you really know how to keep it? And if you I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna close out because I could, like Sister said, I can go for a minute on this here thing. If you follow Jesus, and this you said niche down. So if you following Jesus, then Jesus's opposition gonna be your opposition. And in today's day and age, we were misplacing confidence and trust in others, whether that's a CPA, that's a scribe, whether that's a lawyer, that's self-explanatory, an attorney, or whether that's a Pharisee, that's a teacher, and the Sanhedrin is legislation. And so, or the legislature. If that's Jesus Christ's opposition, that's the same opposition for those who follow Jesus Christ today. It's no different. That's your opposition too. And because of misplaced confidence or lack of awareness, we look into people to do for us what we're supposed to be doing for ourselves. And so I'm here to dispel that completely on the basis of the historical record, which is best qualified to reward all research, on the basis of truth, God's revealed word, and actual facts that you can just readily determine with your own senses. And so I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve y'all where in particular it comes to local, state, and federal income tax liability presumptions, because that's what they are. Like the sister said you had on a couple of weeks ago. And I'm so glad that she was honest. It's voluntary, people. Income tax, local, state, and federal is voluntary. You can opt out of that. But when you opt in, you waive or suspend your God-given rights in exchange for certain privileges and immunities. You know, Revolutionary War was fought over 3% income tax. In part, they picked up guns and bayonets over 3%. It's 30 now, 40%. Graduated excise income tax. Nobody picking up weapons. We complain about it. You don't want to receive an audit. You don't want to receive a notice of deficiency,
Brother Michael,
but you yield. Yes, sir.
I done lost track. Which question are you on right now?
What? I guess I'm done, brother. Because like I said, I go. So I think I answered everything. I don't want to take up anyone else's time. It's a lot of people on here, so let's get to it. And I thank you.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. Let's go to Brother Daniel.
Hold on.
Yes, sir. I'll start with the first question. I'm gonna bring these notes up so I can stay on point here. Who am I? Brother Daniel 6X, joined the nation July 28th, 1997, which would take me on that date into my 27th year. I find myself to be in love with the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I've never wanted to completely leave or abandon, though I've become weak, got weak in activity and things like that, but I've never wanted to actually leave, forsake the God and things like that. So definitely striving to represent what I say I love. Um, Let me see what the next question is. What is my dream for myself? Right now, I would say that my dream for myself would be to find my divine purpose and manifest what the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad would bring out of me of divine gifts and make a significant contribution to the nation so that I'm not just living for myself. When that an idea got implanted in my mind, it's really hard to shake that because when you're trying to find your divine purpose and when you're trying to find your gift where you can make a significant contribution to that which is going to live beyond you, it's hard to step down into smaller purposes when you know that you're trying to fulfill something on a more divine level. So once that idea got implanted in my mind over the last couple of years, I'm in search of that. So the power calls that we had that dealt with divine purpose, how to level up, what is your power, all of these type of things, those were significant to me because it aided and assisted with the journey that your brother is on. Also in that, I of course want to find a divine help me because once I find my purpose, I can't live that purpose alone, and no man can fulfill his purpose without having the second self of God to help him in his divine purpose. So both of those permeate my mind extremely heavy right now. As far as what I do, I am self-employed, have been totally self-employed since 2012. So that's about 12 years. I've always did something for self, but as far as being completely self-employed, I did that with the commercial cleaning service, and I've been cleaning ever since I've been in the Nation of Islam. I've been doing some form of commercial cleaning. I would like to get out of the laborious swinging the mop, doing all the contracts myself, and I would like to get more into hiring persons so that I can have more time to study, to give a more significant contribution to our nation, and then help those whom I would come in contact with. So, and I know I can't do that working 12, 13, 14 hours a day. I used to work 6, 7 days a week. The money was coming in, but you can't do anything because you're so tired. I still strive to study and do the things I needed to do, but it's really hard to get into your divine purpose working like that. So I knew that that in particular is not my divine purpose, though it has me on the road too, because I like my freedom. I would never sacrifice my freedom to go back to a job, I'll clean whatever to stay from up under boss. So that's kind of where I'm at now. So my dream life would be to live the teachings based on my divine purpose and gift and make a contribution in that. My top struggle is, I would say, get my foot out of my own way. There have been some things that Allah has shown me that's interfering with my fulfillment of purpose, coming into that purpose and being more effective. I would say specifically one of my things has always been time. Always a late brother. And I know that it's not good to be late because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that that's one sign of a Negro, that he's always late. So that's a top struggle that I'm currently working to get over because I realized that my lateness was tied to a sense of feeling entitled. And listening to our brother this morning, ET, he talked about, serving others. And I know if I'm late and I feel like somebody else should always be on my time, then that's not the spirit of service. So I have to get my foot out of my own way and make some significant changes in those areas that I know I need to change in. Then I possibly can see those other areas that will cause me to level up and and grow. I think I may have answered all the questions.
Well, I got some questions for you.
Yes, sir. Now I'm in the hot seat. Now go ahead, brother Ben.
Um, what do you believe you were born to do? What problem do you believe you were born to solve?
That's a good question. I think in my what comes to my mind right now would be to hmm, manifest that these teachings can be lived and that we can be successful living these teachings and that we are to mirror in our own right the success that our father, the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan, mirrors. And I think that specifically I have something to do with cleaning up because I've been in the cleaning service all my life. And I know that's a big part of me. I like to get rid of impediments with the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So I think something is in the arena of first cleaning up self and then trying to help others to see how they can further purify themselves to live a God-centered life.
And doing that by using what gift that God gave you. What gift do you think God has given you that you didn't have to do a bunch of study? You naturally did it and you naturally kind of inclined to it even if you didn't get paid for it.
I'm gonna get a lot of silence on that one. That's kind of a gray area for me, great brother. I don't know. I don't need to get paid to share the teachings. I like the when the teachings is done correct and it's done the way it should be done. I love that. When it's not correct, I feel obligated to find some way to correct that which I see is not being represented correctly, and I don't want to or need to be paid for that. I don't know if that's specific enough, but that's a path, brother, that your brother is still really trying to narrow down.
And so your gift is what? Without saying I don't know. What do people call Brother Daniel for? Brother Daniel is known for solving this problem. Man, if you dealing with this, Brother Daniel is the one you can go to.
I guess it would be discipline, structure, and making sure try to hold up a standard. That's all that comes to my mind right now.
Discipline and structure meaning what? With what? Because discipline and structure may be, you got to be disciplined in basketball. You may need to be disciplined as a man in your marriage. You may need to be disciplined as a woman, as a wife. You may need to be disciplined in eating. What specific area can I call brother? If I'm struggling with discipline in this area, I can call Brother Daniel.
I'm gonna have to reflect on that, great brother.
Okay, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we got.
He asked. I know thought moved 24 billion miles a second, but I might need a little. Can I come back around on that one?
I just want you to think about it. Just give me something.
Yeah,
because you've been living your life all your life, so you already know inside what it is. So just get I don't know out. What do you feel when you hear me say that? What's the first thought that's coming to mind? Man, I can help people be disciplined with this. What's that thing that's popping up?
And it's probably right there in front of my face. I can't answer that right now.
What areas do you like helping people out with?
Mm.
When was the last time that you was helping somebody that you enjoyed it? That you can think about, man. I showed.
I just use a recent. Maybe this will help. Recently I was because I had hung up my drill shoes, so I was asked to be on the drill team because I was first place in 2000. And the DI said we want to bring some of those moves back, and we want you to, uh, work with us because there was quite a few young people. I was the oldest one on the squad, and he wanted that discipline, that structure, that kind of old school training that we received, and it took a while, but eventually it did come into the practice. So I don't know how to equate that with, but I did enjoy it. I did enjoy seeing it unfold and seeing that come to reality.
Now, when we say discipline, how do you give someone that discipline and structure? Like, what is it? Do you got, man, I just know what they struggling with that's stopping them from being disciplined. I got this little 3 steps. I got this framework or whatever that I can give them that helps them with it. Like, when you go in, what was your method of helping them with that discipline? What did you do? What was the thought process?
I'm observatory. I'm able to see where is lacking, especially with the teachers. I'm able to hear where it's lacking by what comes out the mouth and then the mannerism and behavior. Then I'm able to see how I should instill what's needed at this time. Um, and I'm quite straightforward with it. I don't. I've been beating around the bush all my life. I'm at the point now in my life where I don't mince words and try to be overly concerned with feelings and too diplomatic, trying to say what needs to be done.
So you're able to analyze just off of listening because you got the experience, the wisdom, and the knowledge to be able to pick up on what they're not saying and have the insight and foresight to be able to give them the discipline or the words to be able to increase the structure and discipline that may be missing just off of what they're saying.
Yes, sir. And also trying to be an example of that. I would never try to instill something that I'm not trying to be the first example. So as I was trying to do that, I was being told in my own mind, you need to be exemplifying everything you're talking about. So I'll put it on me first.
Wow.
And when I fell out of line and had to knock out 50 push-ups, I was the first one down there knocking them out.
Where do you think this stems from? This discipline and structure background, where is that coming from?
Mm. Mm. I think it's coming from, I think innately, within, I just want to strive to live up to the standard. My name is Daniel. It does mean God is judge. So I think I'm always keeping a heavy judge over myself. And I think that I try to live that and push that.
As a child, were you held up to a high standard?
Not really. I wish I would have been. I wish my father would have been more. And he just passed, a beautiful man. Wonderful example, real hard worker. Always worked.
When you say you wish you would have, what does that mean? What happened as a result of you not having that discipline and structure?
Took me a little longer to get my head on my shoulder, even though I was only 25 when I joined. It made me make some mistakes that I wish I wouldn't have made. And I thought that the discipline properly instilled would have pushed me in another direction, though I did learn a lot of wisdom from being a knucklehead.
You learn, go deep into that. You learned a lot of wisdom from being a knucklehead.
Yes, sir. My mistakes when I came into the nation, I was able to analyze those things more deeply, and it became actually nuggets for growth and development because I was able to see what being a womanizer would do. So now, when I learned the value of the woman, it allowed me to be able to forsake that life and strive to continue to be better because I was able to see what being a fool brought about.
I heard that word analyze again. So when you came into the nation, you said you was able to analyze why you did what you did. So would you say that now you're able to compare and contrast? Oh, I did that because I didn't have this knowledge. Is it would that be true?
Certainly. Yes, sir.
So would you say that now you're able to analyze because maybe you've lived the life before 25 and you was undisciplined and you wish you had more discipline, but when you came into the nation, you got some knowledge that was able to give you a analytical view of this and say, oh, if I just knew this, I wouldn't have done boom, boom, boom. So I know why somebody in the world may be doing boom, boom, boom as a result of not having this. Could that be why you're able to just hear what somebody is saying and analyze what's missing and give them what they need to get the discipline and structure?
Yes, sir.
Man, that sounds like a gift to me. That's a gift. Because everybody can't just listen to somebody and say, ooh, I can see what's missing. Everybody ain't got that. Everybody can't analyze and give somebody some insight and hear what they saying and what they not saying and being able to give them a good word to say, now you finna get that structure. Now you finna, what I'm finna give you, oh yeah, that's finna, yeah. See, that's coaching, that's consulting, that's mentoring, that's leading. See, you said, no, I'm not just gonna tell you this, I'm gonna be an example first. Man, that's
yes, sir.
That's somebody coming to you for coaching. Somebody's able to come to you and say, hey man, man, I can't leave these women alone, Brother Daniel. God, I mean, it's my body won't even. And you're able to say, well, brother, do you know that da 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 da? And he was like, man, I never thought it like that, Brother Daniel. And you able to help this brother with his discipline. Man, that's coaching, mentoring right there. That sound like that's the gift. How does that resonate with you?
I thought about life coach, though I don't care for the term. But looking at what a life coach is, I thought about that. And sometimes I would listen to Lionel Harris on WVON. He's a life coach. I think he might be my same side, but he studies the study guides and studies the teachings also. But I always like what he would bring, So I thought about that. I just never cared for the term, but that's interesting.
Well, the term is redeemer. The term is savior. That's all that is. That's the traits of it. That's the traits of a savior. To have a knowledge. See, it said we are armed with the armor of God. That's the knowledge. That's the head. That's the knowledge. You're able to analyze a soldier that's been wounded by this world, and you're able to go in as a savior and a redeemer. We ain't got to call it coach, mentor, life. This, if you don't want to, man, I'm a savior and I have the gift of being able to listen and watch a brother who was unstructured. Because I remember when I was unstructured and be able to give him the insight that I have to give him the tools to be able to structure his life. Man, that's a skill set. That's a gift.
Yes, sir.
That's it, man. That's it. So I think, man, and like Brother Wade, that's much needed in today's time. How many brothers, it said we are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said you don't have to condemn a dirty glass, just put a clean one next to it. So you're saying I'm going to be the example and I'm going to provide the knowledge. Man, that's what we need. That's a gift. And Allah permitted you to go through what you went through before 25, which makes it easier for you to do this because you can compare and contrast. Oh, I wish I had more discipline So you know what you was thinking while you was in those times, and then you see what it's like after you got the knowledge. So you are an example for them. Man, I done been where you at, and I know what gave me more discipline. I know this can work.
Yes, sir. I will take that into high consideration and thought, great brother.
Yes, sir. So the next time we ask you, man, hey man, what's your gift? You shouldn't say, oh, brother, that's gonna take me a few hours, brother. No, we got that gift. Now you may have some more gifts, but that's definitely one of your gifts right there.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Praise be to Allah. All right, let's go to Sister Ebony with the Sister Ebony 2B.
Okay, so who am I? I'm Sister Ebony, X, the two B's. I'm from Toronto, Canada. Okay, so my dream for myself is to have a big family. I want to farm, I want land, I want a nice home for my family. And I just want to like, purpose is really important for me. It always has been. And I just want to like live up to like the highest version of myself, my highest purpose. What did I always want to accomplish? So if you asked me when I was a child, like what I wanted to do, I always said like I want to help people. I didn't really know exactly what. I just always knew that I wanted to help people. And so after like in college, I went to school for social service work. So right now, like my job itself is I'm a child and youth worker, and I basically work in group homes with youth that are like that have like autism or different like behavioral issues, and I hate it. And the reason why I hate it is because yes, it's helping people in a way, but like I'm working in the system. So like even though I go to work and it gives me like joy to do what I'm doing, the fact that like within the system I can't really help these people, like I can't really do anything. Not that I can't do anything, but within the restraints of the system, like the help is not really help. It's just really ultimately moving people's money around, really. So I don't like that, but personally for me, like my job really and truly, like I don't want to work a job. I'm not really a person, like I'm not a job person per se. Like even the work that I do, it's like I go into work when I want to go into work. My mind is very like entrepreneurial. I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of like I guess inspiration and stuff like that. So what I was saying, like for myself, I am passionate about helping women, supporting women. I am into like healing in every way, pretty much. Like whether it's like physical healing naturally, whether it's like energy healing, whether it's like getting through challenges in life. I'm a birth and postpartum doula, and I've been doing that for about like 9 years. Off and on. I make herbs, medicines, different things, teas that I sell, and I really want to coach millennial women to like get through certain challenges and transitions in life, and that's like that's my ultimate goal. So if I can like have my farm and have my children and be able to like make my own hours, raise my children. That's also a big, I guess, focus of mine. Like that's for me, like that's my prime responsibility. I put that even in the work that I do. Like it's always like I don't work a 9 to 5 because so I can be like there for my children. So if I can do all of those things, like have my farm, have my land, do all that, and still be able to support women and uplift women, that would be. That would be my dream for myself. So I said what I wanted to accomplish. And I guess in some ways, I guess I have accomplished that. Like, I've had the land and the family and the husband and all that, but it wasn't it wasn't right. It wasn't what Allah wanted for me ultimately. And I part of the reason why I know that I'm like my purpose is to help women is because I've been through a lot in the past like 2-3 years. Like I've gotten out of an abusive relationship. Like I've literally had to like pick my children up, 4 of them, and like escape the situation by myself and figure it out. And like the whole story behind that, and even like Allah, you know, in hindsight, I can say it's a blessing, but like I got so sick in that situation, and I was physically ill to the point where like I was at death's door. Like I accepted like that I was gonna die, like and I also wanted to say too, like this is just a side note. I'm not gonna take too much time, but like Brother Ben and just like everybody, like at that time, I was a part of the tribe, and like every week when we would have like meetings and stuff like that, like I would show up and it was like really uplifting for me, for my spirit, and like I was really trying to just do good and be in my purpose and establish my brand and my business. And at home I was getting like shot down, like everything of good I tried was belittled. And I won't go into that, but coming on the calls and like that good news of the day, like sometimes like I couldn't even share my good news at home because it wasn't received. Like it was received with like just seeds of doubt and fear. And to come and be able to share with the tribe, and even when I didn't share, just hearing other people's good news, like it was very like it helped me a lot, like you don't even know. And just being there and even being able to like meet sisters who like people that I never even met, like people that I literally met like this past Savior's Day, like in person, who like I could say like those are my sisters, that I met off the tribe. But yeah. Whew. My dream life. I think I said that. What is your dream for yourself? Isn't that not the same as what is your dream life? So yeah, so I guess from this point, ultimately, like, I've gotten through those situations, even up until like, last year, like going into depression. So like that period of leaving that situation and like today has been a whole thing. And um ultimately I just want to continue the trajectory that I am. Like I am, even though I'm not where I want to be right now, I feel like I am in a really good place in terms of knowing what I want, being consistent with what I want, like being goal. I used to have like goals in my head. Like I used to be one of those people that just have a whole bunch of goals in my head, but I never, wrote things down. And even like in your program, you taught like goal setting and like literally writing things down and seeing the actual like end goal and then like the steps to get there. And that changed things up for me. So my dream life ultimately, like from here on out, is to get a place for me and my children. When I say place, I mean like a home for me and my children. And just continue to do what I'm doing because I feel like I'm on a good trajectory. I actually I left where I was. So I lived in another country and I had to like flee back to Toronto where I am now. And Toronto has a housing crisis. So it's like super hard for anybody to live anywhere in Toronto. It's like crazy. So I've been living in my mom's 2-bedroom apartment, and like me and my 4 children live in 1 bedroom essentially. And like ultimately, like I've been getting everything in order. Like I said, I'm in a good place. I'm moving forward. But ultimately, like we just need a place so we can continue on that trajectory rather than that boom goes hard in our house. Like that's our that's our track. That's our track. Because I keep the faith. I try to keep the faith with with those children and with myself. But yeah, I honestly feel like right now, like my top struggle, like I feel like I'm not struggling. I actually feel like in like if I really think like I'm on a good road. It's just that that house piece and you know, I don't think that's like I trust and believe that that's coming. Um I just wrote a book. I mean anybody who wants to support my book, it's the postpartum journal for moms. Like if you want to share it with a soon to be mom that you know or a mom that just had a baby, like that would be helpful in me getting to like my financial goals. But yeah, I think that's it. Like I think I'm good. Like I don't want to sound like I don't know, I don't have any problems. I do. I definitely do, but um I think I am on a good trajectory. I was out of the ranks for a while, just because first of all, being away, I was still in the ranks while I was away, but I wasn't in like a study group or anything like that. And then when I came back, like I don't know, Allah just had a plan for me, to be honest, and He allowed me to kind of like I guess be lost a little bit. Also to just there's a lot of feelings there for me and I guess dissatisfaction that I realized more recently that I'm just like nah, I can't allow anybody to push me out. Can't allow anybody to push me out, but because at the end of the day it's between me and Allah, and that might just be my cross to bear. So I'm in it, I'm with it, and I appreciate in our study group we don't it's I don't know, I don't want to say too much about that, but I'm just grateful to be able to study with other believers on this call. I don't know. I don't want to go on and on, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Wow. Praise be to Allah. See that, man? Don't y'all feel closer? Sisters in the comment section saying, man, I got the same story. I really thank you for sharing that, Sister Ebony, because you made me realize something that I guess I didn't realize Allah had did for me. Man, some of y'all know it's hard for me. I'm gonna just be honest, man. It's hard for me to overcome what happened in business and what we had. Not on no, oh, you can't move on type of like, bro, I can, but it's what we had and what was done and what was built for the people. I even said in some of my songs, that's the part that I can't. People, some people think, oh, you can get another, like, duh, but it's the movement, it's the bro, the impact that I saw took place, man, at those times. And something you just said, man, about those tribe calls and what they was able to do for people. And in my mind, over the years, I've thought, damn, man, we lost it. Damn, man, that thing that took place once or twice a week, man. Look, I mean, what do they go to now? And when you said that, it came to me. I said, damn, we do the same thing in the power call. People have had similar testimonials in the power call. People have talked about finding brotherhood and sisterhood in the power call. People have talked about going through things in their lives, and now when they come on the power call, they're able to be vulnerable. They're able to overcome it. They're able to. So that which in my mind, I haven't interpreted it that way until you said what you just said. That which I'm thinking that was gone, he said, man, you gonna do this Monday through Friday. Wow, man. Damn, that's deep, man. I mean,
can I say something?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
I think that it's easy to think that just because something like, how do I say, it's physically over, that it's done, right? But if we think about God and we think about the creator, right? And we think about like the will being like thrown in what is it, like thrown in a wheel of time, right? I think we underestimate, because we're so like literal in our thinking and in our view, that we underestimate like the trickle down effects of what we do, the trickle down effects of what we say, the trickle down effects of what we create, or what we how we treat other people. Like, I just mentioned one thing. Like the news of the day, but there are so many other things. Like literally, like Young Khan, I got hooked up with him as a coach. Literally, when I was trying to heal myself, like he mentioned a book. I started reading that book. That's what put me on the trajectory to even heal myself, because I was going to doctors, specialists, and they had no idea what was going on with me. You understand? Me, I wouldn't say falling out. I didn't fall out. I didn't, get put out or anything like that. But me not even wanting to go back to the study group, and literally sisters would just send me, watch this lecture, watch this, and like Allah speaking to me through those things. You know what I mean? Like, you might think that, okay, it's not anymore. You know what I mean? But it is. Even the way that you like, even the way that you even the way that you act, like not act, but even the way that you, I guess, how would I say it, operate, right? Like, Brother Ben, like at Savior's Day, I wanted to actually speak to you and tell you, some of this. I wasn't able to actually speak to you because the timing just didn't work out. But I passed you in passing. I don't know if you remember, and we were able to share the greetings. And I see you, and you're like pushing your stroller, like regular old dad. And that's not to like down you in any way, but that's to like uplift your character and your spirit. And even in that, like it gives hope to people. Like, and it doesn't have to be like a literal thing that's happening that's right now. Like, everything is energy, and everything, is not everything, but what we put out is active. So don't think that it's not still alive and well. Like, even in how you deal with the whole Jake thing, like that shows people character, like that gives people hope. Like, so I don't know. It's just on my heart to share that. Like, don't think that because it's over, that it's over, because it's not. And don't think that because even back then, like, you don't know what you done back then, what you guys did back then, that's still living its way out. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Praise be to Allah. Thank you for sharing that. But yeah, man. Yep, that's it. I ain't got nothing else to say. Thank you for sharing that. All right, let's go to who's up next. We got a long list today. I don't know if we're gonna make everybody. We're gonna have to, man. We're gonna finish this tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna. So y'all take a picture of the list. We're gonna finish it tomorrow, because we got to end at 11 today. Let's go to Sister Yolanda.
Peace, family. I am Sister Yolanda 2X from Washington, D.C. I greet my sisters on here from my city. Good to see you all. And everyone else. Happy Savior's Day. That's right. My aspirations in life are, when I accomplish all that I have been put to task to do, I want to be so free that when I walk, I have always envisioned having a house on the water, near water. I could get up every morning, do my 15, 20-minute workout, raise my hands, and let the wind, the air blow through me as I just stand there and embrace the wind. Go back on my porch, sip on me an espresso shot, which I'll probably still be on the power call, and then enjoy the rest of the day. But until I get to that point, I would like to be an infectious MGT to my sisters. We all go through struggles. And here it comes, Brother Ben. Nevertheless, we must press on. It's just getting through that process. And I thank you, Sister Ebony, with the 2 B's, for your transparency. And I also would like to work with you. And I got into the sports realm because that was a passion I had. I played basketball, and I played softball as a youth. Unknowingly, not knowing that my mother played basketball, because I kept asking myself, where did I get this liking for sports? It came from her. But moving forward. So I thought in me coming into officiating basketball and football that I can make or leave some impressions on the youth's mind while we're engaging in the sport. I'm not trying to be your coach or anything of that nature, but I am trying to be an assistant, a small savior, because we all come into things, but it's a matter of how we handle the storm while it's coming and while it's here. And once we come out, we could put the umbrella down, pop our collars up, slick our hair back, and keep on walking with a smile, handling things in the best of manners. On top of that, I want to have an ice cream shop. Where, I don't know. But I want it to be healthy, natural, not made of all this processed sugars. And then I want to also, as I am in the process of being a great horticulturist within my farming that I'm doing, my house looks like a outside farm, and in my front yard, because I don't have a lot of space to grow, I get so many neighbors that walk past and be like, "Oh my God, your yard is so beautiful," and I'd be like, "Ew. It's not flowers. This is food, but we need it." So in me doing those things, I want to engage the youth in doing that as well. Like, do for yourself, as have learned coming into the nation. So just implementing the things that I have come across with, and I particularly like working with the youth, the little ones, because I learned from the ages 1 to 7 or birth to 7, those are the most impressionable years of a child's life. So if I can drop a seed in those youth's lives, that it will grow. It may lie dormant because I don't know anybody's journey. I barely know mine, but I'm going on this journey like I know what's going on. Sometimes I don't. But hey, I come and get this espresso shot and it gives me more and more every day. So just staying on course with that. My struggles are time, as Brother Daniel mentioned. I never get to that plantation on time. And I know why I don't get there on time, because I don't have a desire to be there. It's not pleasant for me. It's just a means of me to steal away. So I have to embrace it and do better. The second struggle I have is taking things to Allah first, taking it to Him first, whether it's the joys or the disappointments, taking it to Him first. And then in my prayer, taking it to Him, wait patiently and not be anxious for an answer. And the third or fourth thing is the struggle, getting out my own way. I do at times have over analysis paralysis, as it's been said. Just get Yolanda, get out of the way. You ain't got to figure out everything. You don't know it all. Just let it be. Sometimes He just tells you just to be still. And I don't do good at being still all the time, but I am learning. It's a work in progress. So I thank Sister Ebony for really for sharing. I am a woman. I am, of course, I have 2 adult children. And when it gets to adult parenting, it's a whole different ball game. I was like, oh, nobody prepared me for this. Till I heard that statement like 4 years ago. And I just sat there and like, wow. So just learning how to let them, their journey is their journey. I gave them back to Allah, and I'm like, oh, Allah, this is something different. I want them to still be babies, but we don't all stay babies. So just thank you for Brother Ben allowing me to share. I don't want to take up too much time because we're limited in that. And I'm learning more to respect the time and be on time. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, like salam, man, y'all, I done seen y'all talk about this feature, man. I think we need to use this. So there's a notes feature, and you hit notes, right? And then you can create a note. Now I'm about to create one. Y'all let me know what y'all see. Testing, right? Boom. Now, do y'all see 2 different notes that y'all can choose from, that y'all can look at? Because what it's looking like is that we can see each other's notes and then export it as a PDF and just download it. So you can hit those 3 dots and hit export to PDF. So all of us who got different notes, if we missing something, man, we can see everybody's notes right there. Man, I think, man, that's pretty cool, man. I didn't know that's what that
I
was.
was wondering what that was. I kept seeing some collab with notes pop on my screen. I was like, y'all know I'm not tech savvy. What in the world is that? What is going on?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I think that's what it is. It's a note section. You can create a new note, or you can look at, I guess, somebody else's notes in real time and check that out. But yeah, we're not gonna waste no more time on that. But let's go to who's up next. We're gonna go to Sister Grace Scott.
Assalamu alaikum, family. Okay, I'm here. I'm trying to set this up. Okay, real quick, because I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. Thanks for having me. Who am I? I was gonna say my name, but I kind of feel like who am I is a different question. So I'm gonna say I'm a healer. I'm a goddess and a messenger. What is my dream life? My dream life is to be of service, master peace and calmness. And I see myself working in reproductive health care. I had to write all this down. Working in reproductive health care because Black women, our maternal mortality rate is like 4 times. Our maternal mortality rate is like 4 times of our counterparts. So that is a aspiration of mine. Black women, we're misrepresented, we're misunderstood, and we need representation. Representation matters. A struggle I have is, I think it was something that I dream of. I resonate with Sister Yolanda and Sister Ebony with 2 B's, and thank you for sharing, both of you, because I feel like we have a similar path and we share similar things and views on life. I see myself as a healer. I want to have a community garden or a farmer's market. I enjoy teaching nutrition, fitness, and health, and things like that. And I just want to be of service in that way. I also see myself being a part of the nation, if that's the path that Allah has for me. If any of this is the path that He has for me, I would love to become part of the nation. Is something that I'm working towards now. But a struggle I have, I'm trying to be quick. A struggle I have is I feel like I need to take a pause and slow down sometimes, shedding my superwoman cape. I'm always on the go. I'm always doing things. In the introduction, he talked about being a Ruth or needing a Ruth. I feel as if I am a Ruth and I need my own Ruth. Honestly, I need a little guidance. I think Dr. K said direction or guidance or one of those. I like order and structure, but a little direction will help. What do I need? A little grace. I think I need a little more grace and compassion for myself. I think I'm too hard on myself at times, and that's kind of a struggle for me, honestly. Getting out of my own way, as Sister Yolanda said, I agree with that as well. And just to honestly have a life of freedom, a freedom mindset and not a conformist mindset. Yeah, I think that's all I got. Thank you for allowing me to share.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. Somebody on YouTube said, Brother Ben, I'm coming up late, but I tried signing up for the study group and got an error when inputting my information. So I'm going to make this easier for everybody because I do see that website is down. Join the Telegram. Step number 1, download the Telegram app. Step number 2, click that link that I put inside of the chat. Everybody should be in this Telegram. Now, I just created a topic inside of the chat. There's a topic that says ready to join. If you are ready to join a study group, and join don't have to mean I'm ready to become registered now. If you just want to join a study group, join a Friday study group, you know what I mean? And just check it out. Put your name in your email. This is if you have not already went. Nobody who already went should put their stuff in there. If you have not been and you're looking for your location and you want to be my first time guest, go down there into ready to join and put your name and email. If you are not registered, if you are not a member, and if you have not already gone. If you have, you don't need to. So for those of y'all who's new, man, I want to check it out, man. I want to go to my local, man. I want to, or if you are ready to join like that, put your name, your email, and where you're located, and I'll get to you through that chat. I think that'll make it a lot easier than the website for right now. Okay, cool. All right, now let's go to the next person. We got Sister Farah.
My bad. Oh, I was trying to figure out the notes thing. So, Assalamu alaikum. Happy Savior's Day. There's a lot I can say on this, but I'm trying to keep it short. 1 second. Loading. Hold on, this notes thing. All right, I'm gonna just go back to my other notes. So my name is Farah X. I live in Muhammad Mosque 66. I'm a wife as of last year, mother to under two.
You coming in real choppy, Sister Farah. I can barely really hear you. Your signal is not too good.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's coming in really choppy.
How about now? Is it still doing it?
Go ahead. Let's see.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you said go ahead. Okay. I live in Jacksonville, Florida. I attend Muhammad Mosque number 66. I was born in Virginia, raised in Jacksonville. Today's actually my birth anniversary. What what is your dream for yourself? I'm still learning and studying myself to figure out what that is for me exactly, but I will give you what I have in mind. I've had many passions growing up, but one thing I know I always wanted to do since young and hasn't changed is make movies. And it seems like I'm doing everything now in my life but that pretty much sums it up. You know, I have a lot of passions, but that sums it up. And I always been in love with the arts. I fell in love with piano really young, as well as film and photography. From my first time holding a camera, probably around 6 years old, I fell in love with it. Then I discovered video editing before I was even 8 years old. And it was like magic to me, how you could completely transform a memory that was captured to match how you want it remembered in your head. I fell in love with poetry and singing at a young age as well. So I always wanted to make movies because I feel like it combines everything I already love to do into one project. But anyways, I kind of left a lot of those passions behind, you know, coming into adulthood to go to trade school because, you know, we're taught we have to get a job so we can become independent as soon as possible, get a house, pay bills, and start a family, which we do need to become independent and we do need money to do those things. But if I would have stayed working on my vision or my gift and been consistent with it, it would have made a way for me anyway. Probably would have taken a little longer, but it would have worked eventually. No excuses though. I can't blame trade school. If I believed in myself or my vision enough, I would have stuck with it while I was there. And I mean, I did in a way. I had joined the arts club and poetry club and the film club and things like that. But anyway, that's just one of my dreams. Some other things I've always wanted to do since a teen. I wanted to start a food truck because when I became a vegetarian at 12, after watching the documentary, What the Health, I wanted to share healthy eating and lifestyle with everybody I knew. Then when I discovered How to Eat to Live, it filled in a lot of blanks for me, answered a lot of questions I still had on healthy eating. And now I really want to do that. I want to start a garden. I have started a garden, but it's in its very early stages right now. And anyways, I'm going all over the place with this. Okay. Top struggle. Well, I feel like I'm skipping some things. What did you always want to accomplish? Well, financial freedom, being able to make, money online, so I could still, be present for the children and still be able to make an income, while still being present for them. What is your dream life? Well, I want to, be away from rent and get out of debt, because debt is slavery. So, own land. I told my husband this yesterday. I'd be happy living in a tent if I had my own land. I don't even need a house. Just give me some land. Yes, so I want to live on some land, like Sister Yolanda was saying, by some water, and definitely just be in complete freedom and independence. What is your dream for yourself? I feel like it's kind of the same as what is your oh no, I already answered that. Sorry about that. What is your top struggle? My top struggle right now, being newly married, and I have never really been on my own like that longer than like a year, because I was straight out of my parents' home to, trade school. I was living there. Like, I never lived in my own space on my own like that. So really just finding a balance and learning to be mom and learning to be wife, but also learning to be myself is a struggle by itself, especially because I haven't really learned who I am yet. I'm still pretty young. I'm still learning who I am, while also learning, my husband, and learning how to be a mom. So finding balance and focusing on one thing at a time, because as I was saying about my passions, I've had so many growing up, so many things I want to do. Just focusing on one at a time is the struggle for me. And finishing things I've already started. I'm quick to start a thing, but being consistent with it and building on it, or completing a project I have yet to do. What do I need to help me overcome? Really, I was going to say money, but really it's discipline and faith, because when you have the discipline and the faith to execute and stay consistent with whatever it is that your gift or passion is, it should, or it will make room for you, and it will bring you those finances. So that's all. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you for sharing. Well, we're gonna if Brother West, if y'all can screenshot that list, we're gonna follow up with everybody else tomorrow. I thank everybody for sharing, man. I hope y'all see the the benefit in this, man. I mean, you see who we on this call with, and you have a deeper understanding of who they are and what they've been through. And when you see them, you can hear their spirit and see the sincerity. And I mean, this is just, it's cool right here. I seen the brother Edward over there say, Brother Ben, I want to join the military, but I've been at the standstill for a while. So the Telegram that I just put inside of the link, download Telegram first, then hit that link, and that's how you're going to join inside of the Power Call community. If you are ready to join the Nation of Islam, or just simply go check out your local Muhammad Mosque study group, or check it out on Sunday, make sure that you go under the section that says ready to join. There's different topics that you guys can comment in. The one that says ready to join. If you have not already been, if you are not registered, put your name and your email, and we're going to reach out to you and help you find your local Muhammad Mosque and or study group. So thank y'all for listening. Hopefully y'all make some connections. Hopefully y'all been DMing each other on the Zoom to figure out what your Telegram name is so that we can help each other. There are some things that some people share that you may be able to help out with. There are some stories that may have some synergy where y'all can like get closer sisters and closer brother, where you can say, oh, sister, you got the same story I got. Man, let's connect. What book did you read, Sister Ebony? What book was it that Coach, like, that's the type of stuff we should be doing. But if we just come on here and we just hear the minister, something like, oh, you on fire, and we go back and live the same life, we ain't got no closer. We don't know nothing about each other. We just on here going through the ritual. So I just want this to be a lot deeper. Let's go to Sister Randisha so she can tell us about the sisters chat and what's going down tonight. What y'all got going on tonight? What's the topic?
So assalamu alaikum family, I do apologize. I'm in a loud area, but tonight we will be reading the message to the Black man. So it is the message Thursday. So for all sisters that would like to come out, we encourage you to come out. For all sisters that are willing to learn just more about the nation and just to learn more about yourself, self-improvement, self-development, etc. We would like for you to join us. On Tuesday, we definitely had a great time exercising. So just note that we'll do the message to the Black man first, and then we'll exercise later. So we look forward to seeing you tonight. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. And for those who would like to support the Power Call and the efforts, there's also a support channel in there that have two options for you to be able to support the Power Call. This is free for you all, but it is not free for me. So if you guys plan or would like to donate or would like to help out in any way you can, that would be appreciated. Again, you don't have to. I rarely ask about it, but I just want to let you guys know that it is there. And I also noted that some people are struggling with the upgrading on the app. So I'm struggling between making a decision to where, man, we just open it up and then we just do donation. That may be easier for people to where it's just like, okay, everybody got access to such, and then you just donate. But I'm trying to figure that part out because I do know the app is new for a lot of people, and that technology be turning people up. So I know the Telegram is a lot easier. It's a lot easier for people to navigate. Some people already got Telegram. It's a lot easier for them. So I'm still thinking on that. So y'all can give me y'all feedback and thoughts on that. My wife said it starts at 7 p.m. Central Time. So it is going to be 7 p.m. Central Time. Oh, by the way, inside of the Telegram, y'all, yesterday was really good. Really, really good. I know some of y'all gave a testimonial, but if y'all can, inside of the Telegram, give your testimony about yesterday's class and then what y'all think about today. So get in the habit of like just sharing your testimony, feedback, and honest feedback. Hey man, I wish I would have did this, Brother Ben. Or hey, I wish we would have did it this way. We're not gonna take it and don't just be disrespectful, but give us some honest feedback. If it was all good, cool. But if you like, hey man, I think if we would have did it like this, it could have been. So give y'all honest feedback inside the testimonial thing, and then what's y'all thoughts on what I was just discussing about the app versus Telegram. Like I don't want this to just be Brother Ben decision. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think would be best, because I'm telling you now, I'm not the best at planning or organizing. I have a vision and an idea, but the way it should be done, I need some roofs. I need some people that can help a brother out, because I ain't good at that stuff. So that's what that is. I got to go. I'm 1 minute late to my next meeting, but I thank you all for tuning in, and I look forward to everybody's testimonies and all that type of stuff. Assalamu alaikum, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Is Brother Ben here? Brother Ben. Now, Ben got a heck of a program. A lot of people listening to Brother Ben. And Ben tells them about the minister.